Begin this morning with a crisis in the classroom. It deals with transportation to and from school, and it might surprise you. So here's the background. We all know rush hour traffic is no joke in Palm Beach County. And now a recent decision by the Florida Department of Transportation could make it worse. FDOT announced it would cut the money it pays to maintain and operate the railway track for Amtrak passenger trains, freight trains, and the Tri-Rail commuter service. That would leave Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade on the hook to pay tens of millions of dollars to keep the trains running, something Palm Beach County commissioners say they are unable to do. So in this I-Team special report, I want to talk specifically about the loss of Tri-Rail that would have a major impact to the amount of traffic on our roads and to the people that rely on it for their commute, including hundreds of kids that use it to get to school. 7 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. It's dark and quiet at the Lake Worth Beach Tri-Rail station. The train started running 3 hours ago. As Palm Beach County begins to wake up, so do these stations. As you'd expect, there are people trying to get to work, but what may surprise you, more and more kids start arriving to hop the train to school.
It's amazing. There's like a whole group of us.
Sadie Cantor is one of the 380 Palm Beach County students that take the Tri-Rail to school every day. She's been doing it for years in middle school at the Bach School for the Arts and now as a high schooler at Dreyfus. She lives in West Boynton Beach.
It's still like an hour drive to get to Dreyfus, so from there and then also back, like it's a lot of time, and especially like gas money, we're far away.
Dreyfus, Bach, and Suncoast High School are all choice schools. They provide no transportation to students, but are available to any child in the county. So families have to find a way to get their kids there every day.
And at 95, you never know when you're gonna get stuck and becoming a parking lot,
Maj Alam's son Mabruk also goes to Dreyfus and has been riding the Tri-Rail to school for years.
I met some of my best friends on this train. It's an area where people can connect.
Palm Beach County School District pays the fare for the kids, so it doesn't cost them a dime. And it provides chaperones that keep adults off the cars where the kids congregate.
Has there ever been a time where you have felt like it's not safe on the train?
Not really. Like in the mornings, we all go on to the cart together and there's chaperones the whole time, and then the same thing on the way back.
But of course, it's not just high school students that are using the Tri-Rail. From the summer of 2024 through 2025, Tri-Rail saw a record number of riders. 4.57 million people rode this train. And that's why there are so many community leaders that are desperate for Tallahassee to make a change and provide funding to keep this train rolling.
I'd love to see people take Tri-Rail more.
Palm Beach County Mayor Maria Marino is an avid Tri-Rail rider. She's optimistic that Tri-Rail will continue to play a part of the county's future.
It certainly seems that when the state made its decision and announcement that it's going to cut the funding that goes to Tri-Rail, that it's a death knell for it. But it sounds like you've wanted.
No, I think it's not a death knell. There's more work that needs to be done, more discussion that needs to be had. I think you'll see some sort of a compromise in the future.
Murillo says she believes FDOT will bend because the Amtrak and freight trains that also use the tracks benefit the rest of the state too much to force local counties to pick up the entire tab. What Tri-Rail does to minimize vehicle traffic is also too important to our roadways.
Tri-Rail basically takes an entire lane of roadway off of 95 each direction. That's how many people ride Tri-Rail. Even though people don't think that, that is how many people.
But until a compromise is made, that 2027 deadline when funding ends is approaching like a, well, you know what. These Dreyfus students will graduate by then, but they're concerned for their schools and their neighbors' future if Tri-Rail was to stop running.
I don't think it's fair that that the Tri-Rail possibly shutting down is going to affect maybe admission to the school and people's incentive to go to the school.
Is there anything that you want to say to people that are like, well, I don't ride the Tri-Rail, so I don't care if it goes away?
With all of these parents and students that now have to get on the 95 and drive, your commute is going to be increased by a lot.
Yeah, either that's going to happen or these kids are not going to be able to go to these choice schools. So, what we're talking about, these 3 schools in downtown West Palm Beach and Riviera Beach, they usually have like the best opportunities in the county for kids for the arts and the sciences, and so for a lot of these kids in Boca Raton, Delray Beach, West Boynton Beach, they would just not apply. I mean, they just wouldn't even have an opportunity to go to these fantastic schools. It's going to drastically affect enrollment.
Well, and it's remarkable. We're not talking about just a small little group of kids. We're talking about nearly 400 kids who are taking the train every day. But Mayor Marino seems to be optimistic that they're going to figure something out here.
Yeah, so she thinks that there is plenty of road to compromise here going forward. And keeping sort of Tri-Rail is a big part of the transportation master plan that Palm Beach County is currently working on with the rest of the municipalities and the localities in Palm Beach County. I'm going to have a lot more of what exactly they're working on with the mayor in an interview coming up later this week.
All right, looking forward to that.